And your head coach presenting the region trophy, Jack Oldman.
Designed it to be a fake screen to me and then out to Jordan. And if I was open enough, they were going to pass to me and go up with it. And I was supposed to kick it out back out to Jordan, but they weren't playing it tough enough. So I went up with it and got to go ahead and bucket. I hit one last year against Canastota, but this one's way better feeling. And I am surprised. They had 5 seconds coming out of bounds line down there, so they got it up quick. They got a timeout. And Holmes had a little strategy, but it all worked out in the end.
Hanson at the Hanson School Gym, Sunday at 2:30. Before Hanson take the ball, we're going to our tournament team. I've been in Hanson for 16 years now, and Mr. Bridge and Mr. Hascamp have been up here a lot. Mr. Bridge makes the state tournament a lot. Mr. Haskamp's won 4 football titles. And these guys will start crying if the temperature is off by 1 degree. So, I don't want to cry. And that's not the reason why is because if I do, Mr. Slough is going to call me a girl for the next month. So, we're going to try and keep this light, and I'm at a million scenarios going home on the bus. I can't write these down as I'm driving, so I wrote them quick while I was sitting here, and I don't know, I'm going to go all over the place here. I'm going to start out with a movie theme I have down here. And it must be a musical too, as we can see. The movie's a musical. So we'll see where this goes. I got a movie about a crazy man, something called a tap out, a bus not starting, and pickle juice. So if I start to get emotional, I'm going to refer back to one of these 4 things to lighten the mood. So that's how we're going to roll here this afternoon. Okay, when I was a kid, we didn't go to a lot of movies. We didn't live 10 miles from Sioux Falls. We're from Mitchell, like we do here. We live 30 miles from Sioux Falls. I can remember going to 4 movies as a kid. I can remember The Karate Kid, awesome movie, right? If you've never seen The Karate Kid, you gotta see The Karate Kid. The Great Outdoors with John Candy, Big Bear, right? Classic. Where have those movies gone? Those are awesome. Funny Farm with Chevy Chase, right? The older people are all you guys know what it is. But one of my favorites, and still my all-time favorites, is Hoosiers. Gotta like Hoosiers. Because we got home from Pentagon and Hoosiers was on one of the movie channels and I watched Hoosiers that night. So anyway, and I was just thinking about Hoosiers all this time because we've got a couple of players that fill those roles. We've got an Ollie. You guys remember Ollie from Hoosiers, okay? Ollie was the smaller player. Ollie had to step up and make some free throws in Hoosiers. Ollie was never the star of the team, and you know, Big Ollie shot Howard-style free throws. Okay? So the kid from Howard, where Granny shoots him, and he missed his first free throw. Ollie did, but he went and he made his next 2, and it took them to the state title game. And man, Jared was Ollie last night. Some of those 2 free throws. We myself Strap. I don't know if you guys remember Strap. Strap was the preacher's kid, and Strap didn't play much. In fact, actually we have two players that remind me of Strap. We have Strap would pray every time I got in a huddle, and the one time he didn't even go out, you know, and the coach would have to say, Strap, Lord wants you on the floor. And when we went to overtime against Hitchcock Tulare, and we're in the huddle, and I said, Andrew, go check in. Coach looks at me like, oh, Andrew, go check in. Oh, okay. And the kid played the entire overtime. Didn't play hardly in the game, no idea. Why don't I put Andrew in? He didn't part of the game, but it worked. So Andrew's a little bit like Strap. Didn't want to take the floor, but he did. He got that. That reminds me of Strap a little bit is Lane. Now, I think the entire Barnett Center went, last night when Lane had this appeared to be a wide open two-footer that probably would have sealed the state championship for us. But Lane did not feel comfortable taking the shot, is what I decided. And if he did not feel comfortable taking the shot, then I'm glad he did not. Plus, both eyes are going to come stuff in it. And we've got, you know, Jimmy Chipwood's the other player, and it kind of reminds me, last night, Taylor reminded me of Jimmy Chipwood. But at the end of the state championship, you know, Jimmy Chipwood said, I'll make it. You know, he hit the game-winning shot, won the state title. And Taylor last night came to the huddle and said, regular two, give me the ball, regular two. This is at the end of regulation. You're the man, we're going to get you the ball. We got him the ball. And then he shot like an air ball. It worked out for us in the end though, okay? That's what I got down, I can cross that off. Gary, where's your bandana at? Where are you at, Gary? Where's your blue bandana, man? That was awesome. You and Koshak. Koshak was wearing it Thursday night, you were wearing one last night. That was sweet. Family. Yeah, I want to talk about family. Family is the most important thing in my life. I told the boys this last night. I said, you guys are my family, okay? I have my family, and then I have you guys, which is another family. And these guys are no different than any player I've coached before, okay? We just are fortunate enough that we get to come home here and do this in front of all of you guys. But out of the 12 years I've been coaching, we've got to do this twice as far as with everybody here. Otherwise, we do it in the locker room with just the players and the coaches. These kids know how much they mean to me, okay? We're going to talk about pickle juice a second. Last night on the way home from the Marriott, all of a sudden, I smell pickle juice on the bus. What the heck, pickle juice? I look back and Peyton's laughing. I just spilled pickles all over myself. Pickles? Where the heck did you get pickles from? Anyway, we stopped at Subway before each game and then he ate relish tray and he spilled the pickles all over himself. So that's the pickle juice. Lighten the mood there. Just like any family, we've had additions and we've had subtractions over the years, okay? We've had people move into our community and we've welcomed them into our family. And they're always going to be a part of our family. We're going to have 5 seniors that are going to leave our family this year, but they're still always going to be a part of our family, just like that picture that Mr. Slava was talking about. I saw my favorite part of it was about 7 or 8 former players up there celebrating just like they won that title too. And they're a part of this, okay? I see Marshall sitting there, you're a part of this, okay? You've made these kids better players, you've made us better coaches, you guys have. Don't think you guys aren't a part of this, because you are. The other thing about families, it takes a lot to raise a family, and it starts down this hallway with our elementary teachers and people like that. I mean, they're the ones that help these kids grow up, okay? We get them in junior high, and we get them in high school, and they're already great kids, and we just keep doing what's already been done. You hope that one day you want these, hold on. The tap out. Tap out, we went to Bullies. Anybody guys go to Bullies when you were up there? Oh, we went to Bullies twice. It was so good. We went today again. Anyway, there's really good food. They have a sandwich called the tap out. And it's a half-pound hamburger with 3 hunks of smoked brisket and like fried onion rings and barbecue sauce on it. And I think like 3 or 4 of me got an extra one to bring home. If you ever go to Aberdeen, go eat there, get the tap out. Okay, so as a coach, I told you I'm going to be all over the place with this. As a coach, you have professional goals and personal goals. Okay, this stuff right here is part of that professional goal. Okay, personally, as a coach, you want these young men to become good fathers, good husbands, good people one day. That's what you're trying to teach these kids. That's what we're all trying to teach these kids in this school. It isn't always about sports. It isn't always about winning and losing. Okay? And I think these guys realize that. It takes everything you got, and you got to work together to achieve a goal. And that's what these kids did. Last thing, thank you. Okay, I got some people down here. I'm sure I'm going to forget somebody. I apologize. Thank you first to the Hanson student body. Mr. Slav has hit on it. Mrs. Ruby has hit on it. You guys have been awesome. The whole community, thank you for your support. Like Mr. Bridge said, your donations. It's been terrific. It makes it easy for everybody. Coaches here at Hanson, Mr. Rushi, Mr. Holker, Mr. Haskell, Mr. Poshak, all you guys, thank you for helping me throughout the years. I appreciate it, okay? It's nice you can see all you guys every day. You can see what you do well, and you can take a piece of that, and you can make yourself better. So thank you very much. Here, and I recognized him last time as Coach Marquardt. I was able to work with Coach Marquardt for 3 years, and we would not be here today if I had not worked with Coach Bill Marquardt for 3 years. Like him or not, the man knows basketball, and I consider him a very good friend. And he drove up last night. His Mount Vernon Plank was in Rapid City, and the man drove from Rapid City to Aberdeen last night to watch me coach, watch our team play in state championship, and that meant a lot to me. So I appreciate Bill Marquardt. I pulled Peyton out of his room or out of his house one day across the street, and I said, "Peyton, you want to help coach basketball this year?" "Yeah, I don't care. I'm not doing much." "Well, we can't pay you anything." "That sounds fair." "Okay then, you got a job, buddy." You picked a good year to start coaching. I told him to retire. Right? Get out while you got your hair. Thanks for everything you've done, Peyton. Very much. It was fun working with you, with these young men. Every year we've done this. Mr. Slaughter came, this is I think our 6th year together, and the man had never made a district final. Is that right? And we've been to a district final 6 years. We've been to a region final 3 years. We've been to 2 state tournaments, and together we've won state championships. So thank you, Coach. One time. What game was that after? After the Woolsey game, I drive bus too, I multitask. After the Woolsey game, we're excited obviously. We just beat an undefeated team. Get to play at night. You're welcome, all of you. The only thing I heard, I don't care if you win it, just win the first one so we don't have to go to the game day games. A little pressure. Smart. I get on the bus and I'm like, bus won't start. I couldn't figure it out. And finally I think Greg goes, "You got it in drive, Mr. Owens." I put the bus in neutral and then she fires right out. I got that one figured out. Parker, by the way, their transmission went on their bus this morning, so I don't know how they got home. Hopefully they did. They did. There we go. I think they rented a bus. I don't know. Anyway, thank you to my family. Okay, my mom, my dad, my sisters, my wife, my 3 children. I'm not gonna make eye contact with you right now. You guys know how much you mean to me, okay? Oh, what? The crazy man. Ray already talked about the crazy man. I'm out of my 20s here, so we'll try it one more time. Finally, the young gentlemen that are sitting up here, wow, guys. I told you last night in the locker room how I felt about you. I'm not going to do it right now because it won't work out. So I'm going to close my books and say thank you, thank you, thank you. If you guys ever need anything, you know how to get a hold of me, but not past 10 o'clock and not on a Sunday afternoon. We'll see you.